Hi, you're watching Lifestyle. Lifestyle is all about community life. Lifestyle is all about the history of the people, their traditional dances, their traditional meals, their traditional practices, and most importantly, their contribution to community development. Today we shall be meeting the people of Ngyen Mbo. Ngyen Mbo is a village situated a few kilometers away from Mbengwi. Mbengwi is a subdivision in the Momo division of the northwest region of Cameroon. We shall be meeting Mr. Asanji Pascal, who shall be telling us exactly where the people of Ngyen Mbo in the Momo division migrated from. Good evening, Mr. Asanji.
Good evening, ladies.
Can you tell us where the people of Ngyen Mbo migrated from?
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about my village, Ngyen Mbo. I will first of all want to let you know that Ngyen Mbo is a village located at the gateway in the Momo division. Its location is not by chance. Its location is God-given. God knows why He located Ngyen Mbo at the gateway to Momo division. The Ngyen Mbo people migrated from the Widikum at that time, and they settled where we are today. And we form part of the Momo division, where we are located directly at the entrance of that particular division. We are surrounded by the Balis, by Bomi village, by the Mankons, and also surrounded by Ngyen Mbo.
Oral traditions of migrations and settlement characterize the popular culture of communities in the grassland area of Bamenda in the northwest region. Some historians describe the history of these people as confusing, less convincing, and sometimes very contradictory. Ngyen Mbo is a good example. It is found in the Mbengwi subdivision in Momo in northwest Cameroon. It has a long history of land conflicts with neighboring Balinyonga. The Ngyen Mbo community claims that the Balinyongas came to them and sought protection after fleeing due to persecution by the villagers of Balikumbat, their blood brothers, around the mid-19th century. The head of the Ngyen community reportedly gave them a piece of land known as Wumkai, where a fig tree was planted. The site is said to be the present town of Balinyonga. Both communities lived in peace until the establishment of the German colonial rule that the Balis started encroaching on the land surrounding Wumkai, which belonged to Ngyen Mbo and other Widikum groups. But the Balinyongas claim the so-called Wumkai had already been conquered by the Balikontang, one of the groups that emerged from the splitting of the Bali Chamba, who followed up their conquest by annexing the land surrounding Wumkai. Today, the people of Ngyen Mbo live in peace with their Balinyonga neighbors, although the conflict between the two is far from ending. Ngyen Mbo is now known as the gateway to the Metaland. It is from this area that the first Anglophone Prime Minister of Cameroon and former President of the National Assembly, late Solomon Tandemuna, hails from. People of this community are very committed in carrying out water development, energy, agriculture, and medical and educational development in their area.
Ngyen Mbo man is a very proud man. He likes to portray his culture. We have traditional dances, we have traditional dishes. You will really know the Ngyen Mbo man from the way he speaks his dialect, from the way he dresses, putting on the traditional gandura, from the type of food they eat. We don't eat any type of food. We don't eat imported food, I mean food from Europe.
And so we shall be taking you to the kitchen where you will discover one of these traditional meals. And one of these traditional meals we are talking about is corn fufu and vegetable. Meet me in the kitchen.
Now wonderful. This is not there because justice not there. Now wonderful. The first court of justice, your conscience. Now wonderful. True in Peter, cause he not they die. Now wonderful. You eat that come out or you turn and come out. Now wonderful. You eat that for right or you come out for love. Now wonderful.
How do we actually need to prepare this?
To prepare corn flour, we need the corn. That's it. And when you buy your corn, some people they peel it, some they don't peel it. But it's advisable that if we don't peel it, it means that we have all the nutrients inside. That when you peel it, you remove the nutrients. So this one we have not peeled it. So when you bring your corn flour, you sieve it, you put your water on the fire, and when it boils, you reduce the water. Then the kende that you washed, you put it inside the half water that is inside the pot. The chaff. Yeah. You put it inside and boil. When it is ready, that's when you put your corn flour. And from it you stir. After stirring, you look at the texture. If it needs to add water, you add water. You mix well, add water, then you cover it. You wait for about 10 minutes. You open, you stir again, and you add water. Cover it again until when you find that the flour is ready. That's when you can remove it, like this stage that we are. It's already ready.
So how do we actually know that the flour or the texture is already ready?
Actually, like if you want to remove it now, to find out your flour is ready, when you clean it from the stick, you find that it goes. For instance, we need to, when you clean it like this, you see how the thing does go immediately. It doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. So it shows that it is ready. But when it's not ready, it will stick on the saucer. That's how it is.
Okay. So as you can see, the corn fufu is almost ready. And this is how the people from the Ngyen Mbo land, the Ngyen Mbo community, as I earlier told you, they come from the Mbengwi subdivision of the Momo division of the northwest region of Cameroon. We have several traditional meals, amongst them corn fufu and vegetable, which is commonly called jama jama. So meet us back in the kitchen.
Now wonderful. The first court of justice, your conscience. Now wonderful. True in Peter, cause they not they die. Now wonderful. You turn and eat that, you turn and come out. Now wonderful. You eat that for love, you come out for right. Now wonderful. Story long, but time short. Now wonderful. We got discuss now other time. Now wonderful. Now wonderful. Cameroon,
After the corn fufu must have been prepared, we now move to another stage, or we move to another meal, the soup that will be consumed with the corn fufu. And this, we're talking about vegetable, huckleberry. In our local parlance, we call them jamba. We shall be meeting Mbaghlum in the kitchen, and she shall tell us, and she will tell us how vegetable is prepared in the traditional way. Good morning once again, or good day, Madam Evelyn Kana.
Thank you, Auntie Gladys.
Right now, I can see there is vegetable on the fire. So, this is the soup the people will be consuming with corn fufu.
Yeah.
So before you reach this stage of putting in the fire, is there anything you do? What is the process that you take?
Actually, when you buy your vegetable from the market, you bring it home, you have to pick it. That's picking it is like removing all dirt, grass that are mixed inside. The strong stems, you cut them off, and these ones that is really like this, you washed before you put them on the fire. And you have to wash it in a bowl of water as well as to remove sand that is on the vegetable. When you put it on the fire like this, you don't put water, because as you wash, there's water that is going to drain from it, and it's that water that will boil the vegetable. You sprinkle a little salt on it, like to keep the vegetable to remain green, and as well to make it tasteful when it is ready.
So how long should we wait for this meal to be ready?
For vegetable to get ready, we don't take up to 5 minutes, because like vegetable, when you boil it for long, you kill the vitamins. So it will not take long. About 5 minutes will be okay. As it starts boiling, 5 minutes, it's okay.
As you can see, this is vegetable that is consumed with the corn fufu. It is a very nutritious meal that the people of Ngyen Mbo consume.
The People's Redemption Party, PRP, created to redeem our society. Si je lance la chanson, répondez-moi. Hiya, tamanjong meneng kumangvuna. Hiya, batume. Oh, hiya. Hiya, les choses qui arrivent aux autres, comment déjà m'arriver? Hiya, maou maoué. Oh, hiya. Le chemin de succès n'est pas du tout facile, comme pensait l'homme paresseux. Après mon constat, la voiture a été fabriquée pour suivre la route, et non la route pour suivre la voiture. Oula, 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 la 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 la. On dit souvent que les enfants d'aujourd'hui, ils sont le grand de demain. Mais quand je regarde à gauche, je regarde à droite, on se demande où est donc l'avenir de ces enfants. Pendant que les autres sont là pour lutter pour l'avenir de ces enfants avec de grandes ambitions, les autres sont là pour lutter pour le vento. Maou, maou, maoué.
After boiling the vegetable, we will now move to the kitchen, where we shall be preparing the vegetable the way it is supposed to be. We have ingredients that we have shown you. We use tomatoes, onion, and leeks are used to prepare the vegetable. Let's get to the kitchen and meet Mbaghlum so that she can complete the rest of the process.
Go ahead.
I see you're now putting tomatoes into the oil. So, why do you use tomatoes, onion, and leeks to prepare the vegetable? Whereas we know that traditionally, vegetable sometimes is just prepared with just a pinch of salt and Maggi to taste.
Yeah, normally our parents, they used to put tomato, but the tomato that they were using at that time was tree tomato. This fruit, we call it tree tomato. They used to like ground and use it as tomato. That's what they used to use. They used to put inside. But actually today we fry it with the real tomato.
So what else apart from the ones I have cited, the spices I have cited, do you put inside?
Normally we just use the tomato, the leeks, the onion, and Maggi. There's pepper to add to spice it as well, to give flavor.
Okay, so how long should we wait for this to get ready so that we can start savoring?
Normally for this it doesn't take up to 5 minutes, because we will not fry this tomato to get soft, because when it gets soft it will lost in the vegetable, and as well the vitamins in the tomato too will die. Yes, to have all the vitamins in the vegetable, we'll just steam for a little while, then we put and mix. And before we add the vegetable inside, we've already salted this vegetable with salt and Maggi. So as it is like this, you can eat it already. It's already tasteful. If you wish, you can taste.
Okay, let me have a taste of it. Tastes good. I imagine when you get into that oil with vegetable or with tomato fruit that are already inside. Join me to have the service. And as you've just seen, that is how the vegetable is prepared. As you can see, it is nicely prepared, nicely presented. In fact, the flavor, I know you cannot get it, but the flavor, if you get it, you will savor it to the best. In fact, let's move to another area. Can you exactly tell us your traditional dishes or your traditional meal?
Well, our main traditional meal is achu with yellow soup, and on the other hand with the black soup. The black soup, they call it njap. We know before we used to eat cassava with the vegetables, but I want to tell you now, our meal is achu with either black soup, njap, or the yellow soup.
But actually, I learned people moved from vegetable and cassava and later moved on to eating corn fufu and vegetables, simply because after having your cash crop, or after people settled, you started planting your own crop. And when you started planting corn, you people moved from cassava to corn fufu. How true is that?
Well, these are all dishes that make us strong. Cassava at one point became a cash crop for us. We could transform cassava into gari, water fufu and so on to make money. And if we had to eat corn fufu and vegetable, it's because we had to produce enough corn in our farms. We could not produce corn and then we dash it out to people.
So, what is your idea? As an elite from Ngyen Mbo, what is your own idea about community development?
Well, I would really like to emphasize the fact that Ngyen Mbo man loves development. The reason why Ngyen Mbo is where it is today, I bet you if you go to the village, Gladys, you may refuse to come back. We have got 2 development associations in our village. We have Ngyen Kuda, we have the Nda, and you will find that there's competition between these 2 development associations. Not really competition for one particular sake, but competition to foster development. For instance, if one association decides to bring water into the village, the other association may decide to bring something else, maybe a fish pond or any other developmental issue that could bring foster development in our village.
La créativité ne se vend pas au marché. Creativity is not sold in the market. When the Jesus when the fella can buy mono. When the Jesus when the fella can get mono. Walla lina to sanga wala pia sango. Walla lina le mi wa wala cho you oh.
The president, the niece, the chairperson's table, our patrons, dear invitees, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. On behalf of these women here standing or sitting, I say welcome to you all in the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The Ngyen Mbo Women's Meeting is an association of women who have one or both parents of Ngyen Mbo origin, or any woman who is married to a Ngyen Mbo citizen. Our aim or objectives is to bring together all Ngyen Mbo women for the interest of unity, peace, and progress, to foster development and to build a sense of responsibility towards ourselves, the society, and our village as a whole. The Ngyen Mbo Women Association was founded on the 19th of April 2015, and today, by the grace of God, we are a year, 3 months, and 2 weeks old, and are rising to fall no more. We have social activities that we carry out, like birth, visitations, marriages, sick, condolence, and reach out to the needy. Our dear brothers, we have come officially to present ourselves and ask for you all to support us by sending your wives to come join us so that together we shall run the race. We have come with our cake to raise funds to support our whole project and to buy stationeries for the group. We thereby appeal to each and every one to taste and appreciate this our appetizing cake. I will end by thanking each and everyone who has made it possible to be here despite of your various tight schedule, and I pray that God Almighty will take you back to your various destinations safely. Long live the Ngyen Mbo community Douala. Long live the Ngyen Mbo women Douala. Thank you.
We all know that without a woman is very necessary in a home, and a woman is very necessary in every government, in every environment. If you are really updated today, you will see that the most powerful country on earth today, which is the United States of America, is hoping to put a lady as the president. And also in Japan, the first president, the first ever prime minister of Japan, first ever lady prime minister of Japan has been voted recently. So it is for us, the Ngyen Mbo men, and for any wise man to support his or her wife and mothers and daughters in such engagements. So on behalf of the Ngyen Mbo people, the entire Ngyen Mbo village, and the power that has been bestowed upon me this day as a chairman to this occasion, I just want to assure our mothers, our daughters, and also our wife that we are strongly behind you people. We are going to support you in your movement towards the development of our village.
What is the Ngyen Mbo Association in Douala actually doing to promote first tradition and secondly development back home?
Yeah, the Ngyen Mbo community in Douala, as you can get the name called Ngyen Kuda, Ngyen Mbo Cultural and Development Association, which means that we first of all promote culture and then development of our village. Back here in Douala, we have traditional dances which we respect. I think a few minutes before this, you watched Mbaghlum and the women portraying their traditional dances. Most often, we dress in our traditional regalia. Most often, we speak in a meeting. We speak in our traditional, in our dialect. These are some of the issues that portray our culture. On the other hand, in terms of development, at the end of the year, we have an annual meeting. Every year, we have annual meetings in our village, where all the various associations from around Cameroon and the diaspora, they come to the village. We do some fundraising. At the end of the day, maybe we've realized some 4 or 5 million francs, and then we plan on the next project we could carry out the following year. I think that is more important to our village.
What is your own perception of intertribal marriage?
Well, personally, I think a woman does not have a village. A woman only has a village when she is married. Yeah. So I think that I do promote that, because you wouldn't force a son to get married to a lady in your village. Well, if that happens, you just have to receive it. But personally, we welcome all the women who come to our village. If they are our wives, we receive them as our wives, and we expect the best from them back in their matrimonial homes.
Actually, just a few moments ago, I found you people exercising yourself over your traditional dances. You have the Mbaghlum. We had other dances that women were dancing. And so do you have particular meanings to particular songs, to particular dances?
Yeah, I think first of all I will begin with Mbaghlum, which is our main dance in the village. That's our major dance. Mbaghlum is when you listen to the wordings, when we are singing, even though we are dancing, this is a war song. those days when we used to go to war, when our great-grandparents were going to war, that's the language they were using. From the north, you use the language. From the south, east and west, they will answer, and they know that the Ngyen Mbo man is everywhere. And then there will be no cause for concern, for fear in particular. But when you tune that song from the north, down south, east or west, nobody answers, you know that everywhere you are surrounded by the enemies. But where they do answer, you know that you are safe.
How many chiefs has Ngyen Mbo had so far after they settled where they are today?
Ngyen Mbo is a village made up of 3 fondoms. The 3 fondoms are all one. They have the same idea, the same culture, they eat the same food, and they share everything together. They have 3 fondoms because it is a very big village. And from all the angles, as I said, whether it is the fond of the Mbaghlum, or the fond of Matuaben, or the fond of Dom, whichsoever, if any fond gives any order, if any fond sends any message, the entire village responds. The entire village respects that message. So I think we are all one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanju, talking to us this evening about the origin of your village. We are grateful.
Thank you, Gladys. See you next time.
And that is how we saw it today in Lifestyle. We're talking to the Ngyen Mbo people in the northwest region of Cameroon. As you heard, they migrated from Widikum subdivision to where they are today in Mbengwi in the Momo division. All of them, they still settled in the Momo division. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you have a pleasant time watching the next episodes. Bye.